Today's episode of Desertwood Days with Kathy Blaze is sponsored by Cole Obarts Entertainment, providing amusement, celebration, and distraction since 2013. To find out more, visit us on the web at www.coleobartsent.com.
I wanna visit all the places nobody goes. I wanna teach all the things that nobody knows. I wanna grow wings, leave the coop, learn to fly. Bungee jump from the tallest building in Dubai. I wanna fly around town in my UFO. I wanna eat real food, not the GMOs. I wanna make moves, call the shots like the boss. I wanna love like I never lost.
Welcome back to Desertwood Days, and today I'd like to welcome our next guest. He's a filmmaker. Let's welcome Mr. Julian Hampton. Hello there, Julian.
Hello, Kathy.
How are you today?
Pleasure seeing you.
Pleasure seeing you as well. Well, Mr. Julian.
Yes.
So I like to start off by asking our guests where they're from, because I want my audience to get to know who Julian is. So where are you originally from?
Well, I'm currently in Chandler, Arizona, but originally I come from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So,
okay.
Yeah, I'm from the Midwest,
Okay.
and proud of it.
Well, okay, you should be.
Yeah.
And how long have you been here in Arizona?
I've been in Arizona about 2.5 years.
Okay.
So by way of California, stayed in California for about 6
You just had to go
years.
get you a little to the beach first, and
Oh,
then make
yeah.
your way around here to the desert. Huh?
Oh yeah, and I had to prepare myself for the desert, right?
Yes,
So I had
you
to
did.
get strong and be able to handle the heat. So,
Yeah.
but it was a good experience transitioning, and now
Good.
just loving this state.
Good. So what brought you here to Arizona? Well, what brought you here to the West Coast?
Creativity. My hometown, it's a small town, and although there's a thriving community, it's so underground. You have to work 3 times as hard
Okay.
to make it. But then when I moved to Los Angeles, it's a completely
You're in the middle of all of it.
oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You go to the restaurant, you
Right.
find actors. You
Right.
sit next to directors.
Right.
Everybody has a side hustle.
Yes.
So it's pretty awesome to meet so many exciting people that are dreamers just like me, and just create. I just
Right.
love to
I
create.
love that, and you know what? I don't think we don't see enough of that here in Arizona.
No.
I have family that lives in California, and I sometimes go out for events and things in California, and go into some of the little quaint little cafes.
Mhm.
I mean, there's always action, something
yeah.
happening. It's just busy, and usually it's involving creatives.
Oh yeah.
So I love that. I mean, or going to the beach. And I mean, there's always some type of creative out there somewhere. So I
Oh, yeah.
love that.
Even going on the airplane, I was riding on the airplane when I was moving out there, and right 2 seats in front of me was one of the actors that I was watching. I was watching it on my phone, and one of the actors was sitting
Wow.
two seats in front of me.
Wow.
Only thing was he got extra peanuts and I didn't, so I'm like, come on, what about
Yeah,
me?
here's an extra bag of
I'm like,
peanuts for you.
Can I get an extra peanut?
Right.
No.
Look, you're nobody.
Just wait. One
Yes,
day
just
I'll be
wait.
getting extra peanuts.
You'll be remembering Julian Hampton.
That's right. That's right. I want 3 peanuts.
Yes. That is awesome. But we need to do more of that here too.
Oh yeah,
Get out
it's
and
coming.
socialize, and
Yeah.
yeah, I love that. So Julian, what was that got you into this industry? What inspired you?
Well, I've always been a writer, so as a younger person, I wrote music. So I wrote
Okay.
tons of songs, and songs, films, books, they're kind of the same thing. You're just telling stories, right?
Right.
And so when I write songs, I see pictures, and I see the whole story taking place in a song. And that transitioned me into actually writing books. So I published a few books, 4 books,
Okay.
and that was exciting, but I'm like, something's missing. I need to see this.
You
right?
needed that visualization.
I need the
Yes.
visualization. So then I transitioned into screenwriting, adapting a couple of my books, and then it just took off from there, and I just love it. I just fell in love with it. Anytime you can take a total scene and capture it in 2 sentences, it's like, that's a challenge, and I love challenges.
You know what? My executive producer, when you you arrived was saying you reminded him of someone.
Mm-hmm.
But just sitting here listening to you and looking at the shine in your eyes and just your smile and everything reminds me of seeing a Tyler Perry interview. I'm serious. Just the way he lights up and he smiles, and when he's telling his stories, that's what I saw in you. Yeah. So I can see that you getting those 3 bags of peanuts next time.
I want those peanuts. Yeah, I mean, how can you not be excited anytime you get to create something, right? You have something in your heart, your mind filters it out, and the next thing you know, you're creating something special, magical, and bringing people in to share the journey with you.
Well, that shows that you're in it for the right reason. It's because it's coming from you and your heart, not because Joe Blow said, come on, let's go make a movie.
No.
Yeah, it's from here. Can you tell us a little bit about, you spoke about writing some books. Can you tell me a little bit about your books?
Sure. My books are lots of different genres. So I have a horror thriller titled Limbus, and that's a little different than urban crime thriller called The Contradiction, right? So, and then I have a children's book called The Adventures of Annie Marmalade. So, and that's, again, teaching, the premise of that is teaching young people about their gifts. So it's about a little girl discovering her gifts and her gift of cooking and how she can save her community with it.
I love that.
Oh yeah. And then
where can we find these books?
You can find them on Amazon. Yeah. And through some bookstores. Yeah. And then my later book I created was a book of poetry. Yeah, Love, Life, and Kingdom. So
and they're all on Amazon. Julian Hampton.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So out of those books, which one did you move on to your screenplay?
The Contradiction. Yeah, because that was the first book I ever wrote. And what was interesting about that was it was a simple story, and there were some elements of my life. And then I said, wait a minute, we need to spice this up, right? This is nice for a book, but if we're going to make it to a screenplay, we got to add some character, some flavor. Yeah. So I went to the spice rack, and I'm I'm getting it, and it turned into a really strong script, and I'm proud of it. I'm looking forward to at some point putting that into effect.
Okay, wonderful. So how long have you been doing this altogether?
Altogether, probably 16 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That is awesome. I know you brought some media today with you, which I'm looking forward to seeing that. We'll see that after a commercial break. But tell us about that film that we're going to be seeing the media, Fighting Olympus.
Yes, Fighting Olympus.
Where did that come from?
Oh, well, I'll tell you the starting point. When I was a kid, I used to be fascinated with Greek mythology. And then this movie came on called, what is the name of the movie? Clash of the Titans.
Okay.
Yeah, not the newer version, the older version with the, and now, of course, it's real cheesy. But back in the days, it was like, whoa, somebody actually captured Greek mythology on film. But that wasn't enough for me. So what my charge was to somehow take a normal, everyday crime thriller and somehow adapt it, utilizing that Greek mythology into it. So it became just this amazing story of redemption, story of how far you would go for family. That's the whole concept of it, right? Would you go to Hades for your family? Would you go that far? How far would you go to save the people you love? And so that's where the story came from, just combining some genres and coming out with something that was really unique, as well as introducing new superheroes that, you haven't seen on screen, as much. And so we had some of the most diverse.
Some you wouldn't even see as superheroes.
Oh no, no, with real lives and real challenges and real passions. So it was an amazing experience working on that.
Awesome. So out of all the genres that you've listed today, which is your favorite, or do you have a favorite?
No, I don't. I really don't, because every time I think I'm there, something else comes in my mind, right? Okay, I have a romantic comedy in the works, right? I have a African thriller in the works.
But I like
just
that
doesn't
too.
stop.
I like that. It's like that mind is always moving.
Yeah, it's scary.
Right. But you're not getting pigeonholed into one area. You know, I always say that, I mean, people here in Arizona love horror flicks for some reason. Gory, kill them, blood. They love that stuff here.
Yeah.
I mean, so you can never go wrong with those types of films because there's a big audience for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't want to be stuck in that. I mean, if you have all these things, other things that you love and you can bring out, why not do it? And if you're good at it. And
you don't want to get bored with your creativity, right? The worst thing is people know me for this, so I have to do this. I want to surprise you.
And you've gotten bored with that.
Well,
and you want to move on, but everyone knows Julian for this, so Julian has to keep doing this.
Yes. Do a part 2, do a part 3, do a part 8. And for me, once I finish the culmination of the project, once I say that journey, I've traveled that road, let's find a new road. What is this?
Show you something different.
Yeah.
I love that. So Julian, we were talking about your film Fighting Olympus. Okay, so that is now it's out.
Yes.
Okay, and it's streaming.
Yes.
Tell us, I mean, you have some amazing guests, I mean, cast in there.
Yes.
What was it like, I mean, deciding on your cast for that?
It was a journey. It was an incredible journey because we had so many actors. We probably went through, I'd have to say, maybe 12 to 1,500.
Wow.
And just reviewing all the auditions and narrowing it down. I had a few people that I'd met that I already knew, like, oh, you could fit in this role. But finding those gems, that was the exciting part because they didn't know what this was about, right? You read the sides and they're like, okay.
Yeah, sides don't really tell you much.
No. And then we got into it, and when we found the right people, it was just magic. You know, I had one actor, Debonair Mathis, and one of the other actresses, Haley Jackson, and another one, Twinkle Carr, and they kind of rotated, and I'm like, this is the one. This is the ones.
That is awesome.
It was amazing.
We're going to watch the media, but give us just a little gist of what it's about.
Sure. So Fighting Olympus is a story of two brothers, two ex-SWAT team captains that are looking towards retirement. And what happens is one of them gets kidnapped, and there's this unique story where the other one has to basically find his brother. And that's where the whole cult, Greek mythology cult, comes in. So it's an amazing film that captures not only the story of compassion and love for family, there's some action in it, right? There's fighting, there's, so if you like that, but the story is what carries it, because all of us can relate to someone saying, I will do whatever it takes to save my family, right? We all have that feeling like, if you touch my family, I will go through whatever for them because I love them.
I love that. So let's take a look at this. Fighting Olympus.
Last dance, man. Hey, why don't you join?
Retired SWAT Commander Biddle Parks was also killed.
3 months. 2 friends. Gone. And now my brother.
Just find out what happened.
Do you believe everything you see? Save him. Don't save him. Your choice.
Whatever it takes.
is this Olympus?
Olympus is all around you.
Lie!
What are you, a black Captain America or something?
Loved it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I can't wait to see that. What are you, a black Captain American or something? And I love that smile that he gave off. And who was that actor?
That was Leslie Jones. Amazing actor, amazing man. He just really captured the role of, you know, someone, again, that's looking to help his family, but great fight artist. He was just amazing to work with.
That is wonderful. You know, looking at a film like this, I don't know what your budget was, but it looked like it was a lot. Okay, which gives big budget film. I mean, you got the guns. I mean, the locations. I mean, tell us about, you know, the production part of that, because it looks like that took a lot of work.
Yeah, and so there's a theory, either you have to pay for it or you got to get real creative with it. So what we did was, there was a lot of creativity with locations and making sure that locations look unique and look special and look broad and look vast, right? So in a bigger budget, you know, you're talking the multi 10, 20, well, actually you're talking 50, $100 million. You have special effects. You can kind of do all of these things in a green screen. And we're using real locations and real imaginations and set decorating and, you know, making weapons look like weapons. And so, yeah.
And that's what I was looking at, the weapons and the locations. Then, I mean, you guys are out there in locations in daytime.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you got to worry about, okay, is the police coming? Someone wants to see all these men out here with guns. I mean, you have to worry about all those types of things when you're doing that type of filming.
Yeah, so we took safety precautions and the locations that needed to be notified. You know, the police they knew where we're going on, and some sets where, you know, it's okay. So. We made sure we took precautions, especially after some of the things that have happened now. I'm so glad that we did take those precautions because you can't take any chances. We had safety experts, even for our SWAT teams. We actually went through practice. So, you know, you look close enough, you'll see me in there doing some things. But and that was fun acting in it too.
Right, and you have to take those precautions. And not even though, there's no bullets in this or it's a fake gun, but you have other people on set that may have a fear of guns or a fear of something happening. I mean, I just did a play and one of the cast played a police officer, which he's really a police officer, so he brought a gun, which he knew. I don't know if it was a real gun or what, but he assured everyone that there was no bullets in it. But you have to do those things for the rest of the cast, not just for, hey, production knows there's no bullets in here, or this is a fake gun, but the cast has to be assured of those things as well.
Yeah, and you want to take this seriously as far as your knowledge. So thankfully, our SWAT coordinator knew all of these things. He talked to us about line of sight, talked to us about, you know, the proper way you hold certain guns. And, you know, we took it to heart to make sure everyone was safe, to make sure that it was as realistic as we could get it, because the last thing you want to do is watch it and say, oh, they don't know. That's not right.
That's not right. You know what? Because I've done that myself. I mean, I've never worked with guns or done anything, but I did a police training, and I was taught by a real police officer how to hold a gun and things. So I'm watching movies. I'm like, he's not holding that gun right. Just let a police. And
why are you holding it sideways? You know,
they laugh at him when they're like, oh.
Absolutely.
So, Finding Olympus. Where can our audience find Finding Olympus?
Oh, it's all over. So you could find it on Amazon. You can find it on Tubi, Google Play, YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube for free. So there's a number of sites you can find it. So if you look it up, it's very easy for you to watch.
New projects. Are there any new projects in the making?
Yeah, we have quite a few new projects. So a thriller's coming up. We finished one thriller that's out finishing up its festival run. That's called Black Box. So that's that psychological thriller. It's really an interesting concept. And then we have a couple more that are coming up later this year.
Did they make it to any of the Phoenix festivals or Arizona festivals?
There's some that are upcoming that it may be in. We're still waiting to see. But yeah, Black Box, I think we're up to maybe 12 festival awards.
Okay, well, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
So where can our audience find you?
Audience can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. So if you want to learn more about our projects, you can go to vonworks.com. You could go to fightingolympus.com. We're all over there, and you'll be able to find the different links to learn more about the project. You can also see some behind-the-scenes footage.
Wonderful.
Yeah, you want to see where this all started, and you can see that.
Yes, I'm looking forward to see it. I may watch it this weekend.
You should.
Yes, again. Thank you for joining us. It was such a pleasure to learn about Von Works and your productions.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us here today on Desertwood Days, and we'll catch you next time.
Today's episode of Desertwood Days with Kathy Blaze was sponsored today by Colobarts Entertainment. Visit them at colobartsent.com.